This video is a video request on the topic of defining your purpose in life, finding what it is that you want to do with your life, which is a question that we all struggle with. Even for me, even though I know what matters to me, even though I know generally what my purpose is, I have moments where I'm like, what the hell am I doing? What do I want to do? What do I want to create? And I find the specificity of defining specific goals that I can achieve to be more challenging than the overall purpose that I want to give to my life. So maybe what then I'll do is I'll break it into those two categories for now. How I defined my bigger picture purpose in terms of the general direction and purpose that I want to give to my life was, yes, it did come after a process of really educating myself about the state of the world, about how human behavior, human actions directly lead to the suffering and really unpleasant living situations and circumstances for so many people and animals and the planet as a whole. And the more I learned about it, the more there was this drive within me. It was just like, life doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this hard. It doesn't have to be so difficult. It doesn't have to be suffering. The only reason it is this way is because we, as a collective global community of humanity, keep making choices that keep creating the world the way that it is. We keep perpetuating this world system that doesn't support everyone, that actively exploits so many. So within that drive is what gave me, or rather when I decided that that would be my life mission of just showing that element of responsibility, that element of creation, that we are, at the end of the day, each on our own, individually and collectively, responsible for this world that we live in, and how we can practically change how we live, how we see ourselves and each other, and how we experience ourselves to get to a point of being better, living better. All right, so that's how I got to this point, which, if you'd like more details on that, I will certainly try and give you more details. But for the sake of brevity for this video, I'm going to move on to the second side of it, which for me is not so easy to define because there's so many different things that I want to do. So this is my challenge. There's so many different projects that I have floating around in my head, so many different ideas, so many different areas of life and the world and life on earth that I want to implement different projects. At the same time, trying to balance the basic day-to-day responsibilities of the reality that I have to work to make money so that I can feed myself, look after the animals in my care. Looking after the animals also requires a certain amount of time every day, and things like that. So right now, I'm in a bit of a limbo because there's a lot of change happening in my life, and hopefully within the next year or two, that's going to settle down and I can then reassess where I am and what I want to do with where I am, because right now everything is a bit up in the air. So until that point, how I am looking at it is that, yes, okay, I have so many different projects that I want to do. I cannot physically do them all. It's not going to happen. So I need to decide on isolated a few projects that I can really focus on and give the attention that they need to make them successful. So, as one example, music has always been something that is that I really enjoy on every different level. So I've been, for the last few months, I've been practicing playing guitar and practicing singing and dabbling in writing lyrics, so that is something that I can develop over time and get back into making music that has an actual message beyond sex and money and love and fluffy colors and whatever. I want to create music that matters. So that's one of my projects that I've decided on. The other projects I haven't entirely defined for myself, because I'm just I'm simply not in a place where I can, and I have to make peace with that reality right now. But the process that I take is to ask myself, what do I enjoy, and what matters to me, what is meaningful to me, in that, what am I already kind of naturally passionate about. So for me, helping animals is one of those points. I would absolutely love to be able to include animal rehabilitation in one of the projects. And I know that already. I just don't know yet how it's going to actually come together, but that's something that I know I want to include. And another thing that I'm passionate about, not so much from the kind of experience of drive within me, but more about, I can see the absolute necessity and importance of addressing the human element. So addressing that creative principle within each of us, and carrying on in some way or another, bringing the focus back to how we are responsible for ourselves and how we continue to create the world around us. And that self-awareness will bring that living realization of responsibility, to see that everything that we are is also in the world around us, and that if we each can address those aspects in our personal selves, in our personal lives, we're naturally going to start living that out into the world, and naturally going to be creating things differently and making different choices and interacting with each other differently. And so from that, help and contributing to create a better world. So okay, so if I haven't been specific enough, let me know. I'll try again. I'll do another video for you. Give me specific questions, specific difficulties that you have. If this is a topic you want me to cover again and answer those questions for you. There's only so much I can do in a 5 to 10 minute video. So if you'd like more support, just let me know and give me, narrow it down for me, and I can give you more focused support. All right. Thank you for watching. You're going to see me next time.